Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm doing great because today we're talking about the Ancient Magus Bride. Gosh, don't you just love this opening song? It's so perfect for the ethereal, mystical nature of this anime. If you haven't watched this series, you should. And if you haven't, the quick rundown is Chise, a teenage girl known as a slay beggy, which is basically a person who attracts magical creatures. She is bought at auction by mysterious magus Elias Ainsworth, who is a giant being with an animal skull face, glowing red eyes, and a dramatic, badass outfit. Chise is to be his bride, but don't read too much into the title of bride. She's more of his companion and apprentice. For now, anyway. Throughout the series, Beast and his beauty grow closer and closer, developing a unique and tight bond. I don't know about you, but as I watched this anime, I became increasingly invested in the relationship between Chise and Elias. I also found myself looking at this strange creature and wishing I was his bride. Isn't it strange what we find ourselves into? In Disney's version of Beauty and the Beast, I thought the Beast was way hotter before he became a human. Okay, now before I get more into this video, I just want to say that Chise has very large eyes. I know that anime characters, especially women, have large eyes, but hers are verging on Rukia level eyes. Because Rukia Kuchiki has very large eyes that take up 3/4 of her face, and it has always kinda weirded me out. Okay, now back to our fascination with the story of the wounded beast and the woman who becomes his heart and moral compass. Elias is not human, and unlike the Disney beast, he never was human. And so not only does he sometimes feel emotions he doesn't know how to handle, but he doesn't even know what the feelings are. Chise both inspires new emotions from him and helps him to understand those emotions. In many ways, Elias is like a small child, a toddler almost. If you've ever spent time with a tiny human, then you know that they often don't know how to handle their own emotions, including love. When a toddler loves you, they want to be as close to you physically as they can. They climb on top of you and attempt to get as much contact as possible. They even get jealous when other people get close to you too. However, because Elias is not a child, there is a darker undertone to many of his actions. Well, let me not say darker because I don't mean bad. Well, it is bad that time he tried to sacrifice a little girl in order to save Chise, but that's not what I'm talking about here. I mean there is something suggestive, possessive, and even passionate in Elias's actions towards Chise. And as the series progresses, she begins to seek out physical connection with him too. And doesn't that just get our imaginations flying? And it is when Chise is hurt or in danger that we see underneath the smooth academic appearance of our beloved Magus. We knew that his magic manifested in the form of thorns, but that did nothing to prepare me for the way he hulks out when Chise is stabbed through the chest. He transforms into a kind of monster, snarling and ripping and narrow-mindedly seeking vengeance. Nothing can get through to him except the beauty, and through her he is able to return to himself. When the immediate danger has passed, he still has an issue controlling his primal side, And when Chise invites herself into his room, well, it really emphasizes the difference between them and how, despite their differences and how visible those differences are, they are drawn to each other. In fact, they very deliberately wish to overcome those differences, to care for each other despite one having a skull face and the other a fleshy one with very large eyes. And I appreciate how they have different areas of superiority and expertise. By that I mean Elias is an ancient magus, as the name of the anime suggests, and so has a lot to teach Chise, especially as she doesn't know much about the supernatural world. He is the brain and she is the heart. Chise knows about human connections and relationships, the value of protecting others, and the balance between dependence and independence, though I think she's still figuring that last one out. A touching example of this is when he is talking to her about the emptiness he felt while she was away, and she explains that he missed her.
You left, and I was terribly cold, even though it's summer. What would you call that? Is there a name for such a feeling?
I think maybe loneliness.
She also has to help him work through feelings of jealousy when she makes a new friend. He learns the value of opening up and being honest with another being, of developing intimacy and closeness. I love this kind of exchange, and I love the beautiful, rich, and magical world these characters occupy. Chise often does things that frustrate me, but then so does Elias. Gosh, she really doesn't realize how fragile she is and how much it will devastate Elias if she dies. She's already predisposed to die young, while I assume Elias is immortal. Either way, she should be more mindful of his feelings when she does the things she does. But then, Elias isn't exactly straightforward with her, simultaneously wanting to expose her to his world and hide her from it, so he can keep her all to himself. What a dilemma. I can't wait to see how it unfolds and what happens next. And that's it from me. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share and subscribe, all those good things. I really appreciate your help and support. I'm Kayla. See you next time.